Hey all, welcome to Real Little Britain. Folks, tonight I got something very, very special. Back in 2014, I reviewed a beer from the Colonsay Brewery and it was their 80 Shilling Ale. And here it is, rebranded. Now, I was at Craft Beer Rising last weekend, 2016 in London, and let me tell you, I had the absolute pleasure of meeting the guys from the brewery. They had a stall there. Their beer was absolutely fantastic. Um, I tried one of their new beers. It's a blonde. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Now, this beer here was one of my favourite beers of 2014. Um, Absolutely raved about it. What I can remember is it had that lovely sea salt peanut taste to it. So, really looking forward to this. The Colonsay Brewery, their 80 Shilling Ale, coming in at 4.2%. So, I think the head brewer or the owner is Keith, and what he was saying to me is actually out of all the beers to do, this is the least selling one. If it was me, I'd be drinking it all the time. So folks, here we go. Colonsay Brewery's 80 Shilling Ale, 4.2%. Let's crack this bad boy and see exactly what it's like. So the beer is opened with a lovely, lovely hiss. Let's go straight in with the pour. So the beer has poured with medium carbonation and is pouring this wonderful, wonderful, just off-white, very much like a tan coloured head, which is more about a finger and a half. The beer itself is a lovely dark. It's very much like a mahogany brown, but it does have a bit of lightness to it. Just if you can just see just here at the side, there's a little bit of rubiness to it. Whew, let's get straight in with the nose. First thing you get is these lovely, lovely roasted malts, and there's this light peaty smokiness. You're picking up a little bit of caramel. You're also getting earthiness as well, very much like if you were walking into the woods or into the forest at around September, October, that autumnal kind of woody smell you get. Cheers, folks. Oh, oh my good God. Oh, what have we got here, folks? The first thing I would turn around and say is, this is absolutely fantastic. You get roasted malts. There's a little bit of chocolate. There is this very, very lightness of treacle. And I can't remember if I got that the last time. There's a lovely smokiness. It's like peat. You get that lovely oily peanutty, salted peanuts, which is leaving this lovely, beautiful oiliness in the inside of the palate. There's a lovely deep charred note. Oh, there's that roasted barley. And with roasted barley as well, as it's mashed in, it fills the brew house with this wonderful deep sweetness with a light caramel burntness as well. This is what this beer is all about, folks. What I am going to say is that the first one I tried back in, it was 2013, 2014. The body was much more rounder and fuller. This one seems to be a little bit more lighter. But the flavours are there. The flavours are big. They're banging. They're right in your face. If I lived up north, and if I lived round these islands, and I could drink this 80 Shilling beer, this beer comes from an island, the Colonsay Island, which is the smallest island in the world with its own brewery, folks. These guys are producing something extra special. They're producing beers which are clean and crisp. They're producing beers which are fulfilling on the palate, and they're absolutely they're described right down to a T. I wish I could get these beers more often in the south, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get them at Red and Real Ale Cider Festival at the end of April, beginning of May. Um, what's the finish like? The finish is roasted. The finish is malty. It's got this lovely, lovely peanut saltiness to it. This is a taste of the sea. I would go as far as saying is this is very, very much like an oyster stout, um, but just needs that little bit more body to it. And it'd be amazing to see the Colonsay Brewery produce something of that stature. What do I give the Colonsay Brewery for their 80 shilling ale, coming in at 4.2%? Again, folks, this to me, it's a very, very good beer. It's very, very fresh in the bottle too. I would say that was probably only brewed January time. But for me, this time, it's a 9 out of 10. A 9 out of 10. The only thing which is missing for me to make this a 10 out of 10 beer is it just needs that little bit more body to it, folks. That little bit more body. That's Real Ale Britain doing a review on the Colonsay Brewery's 80 shilling ale. Cheers and slam a chara.